when you first started realizing that you could make money or, kind of have an income from content creation, how did that begin for you? What were your first few steps like?
I think
Web3 gaming, the latest news, updates, and esports. Hosted by Sedano and Luis Buenaventura. This is YGG TV.
One of YGG's advocacies is to help onboard more people into Web3 and the metaverse. To do that, YGG needs the best talents to create captivating and educational content to help more people understand that Web3 isn't that scary. Today we have Een Mercado, one of the premier members of YGG All-Stars, YGG's program that focuses on local creators and talent to help people understand the benefits of Web3. Hi Een, thanks so much for joining us today. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
hi everyone, and I'm pretty excited for today.
Yeah, me too. Who was Een before Web3? Like, you've been in gaming for a while now, but like, what was that like for you? What was your early days like?
So way back before when I was still studying, I'm doing content creation na. I create my own costumes, I do cosplaying, and late college, I started live streaming.
Actually, let's go back even further than that. I know that your childhood had a lot of gaming involved.
So I started gaming when I was young, when really young. And the reason why it's because my dad doesn't want me and my brother to hang out with other kids.
Yeah, okay.
So what he did was he bought us PS1 and Game Boy.
What was your first PlayStation game? Do you remember?
I remember it's Bugs Bunny time. Bugs
Not
Bunny
exactly
time
what I was
something.
expecting,
Yeah.
but okay. I guess because you were actual kids. You
Yeah.
weren't. Okay. Okay.
I
That's
didn't
interesting.
play,
Yeah.
and if my dad didn't bought us consoles, I wouldn't be probably.
So I guess parents do know best. It turns out, no? So now let's move forward a little bit more in time. So how did you get started with content creation? You said that you were kind of more in the cosplay world
Yes,
first. What was
yeah.
that like in the early days?
I think that was 2010 or 2009. I was a fangirl of this Japanese band called Heisei Jump. I don't know if you know.
I'll pretend that I know who that is. Okay.
I met a lot of women who was a fan of that group. One of the members told me, hey, you should try cosplaying because you watch anime and you like the Japanese culture. And I'm like, what's cosplay? I don't know that. Go to this event, that's Ozayan 2009, I think, yeah. And then just wear a costume. So, what costume? Any costume. So immediately I thought I should wear my Halloween costume. So
Which was
a
what?
fairy.
Oh, okay. At
A
least it
white
wasn't Bugs
fairy.
Bunny.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
I went there and a lot of people were wearing wigs. There were anime characters, anime uniforms, and wow, I was astonished by the community. So
You must have been like 13 or
Yeah, I
something
was
like
young.
that. So when we first met, I guess it was December 2021. So it was a while back. That was actually the first time I also met Archer. That was
Yeah.
the Christmas party of
Christmas
YGG.
party,
By
yeah.
that point, you already had a little bit of interest in crypto and blockchain and stuff like that. How did you discover that?
way back 2016. There was a viewer and he donated like a lot. Like sometimes he donated $1,000, and I
Wow.
was asking like, why would he donate $1,000 on my stream? And then he messaged me like, are you interested in earning? Like, why?
Okay.
Because like I earned a lot. I learned a lot in crypto, and I watch your streams, and I think you're a lucky charm. So that's why he didn't want to be selfish to me. He taught me about what Bitcoin is, Ethereum.
Did you ever meet this person in real life?
We're friends right now. He's a Filipino, and he retired early. He's the same age as me.
Oh, wow. Lucky guy. Okay, so yes, it turns out that you can actually make some money from crypto. Who would have thought? For the benefit of our viewers who don't know you that well yet, maybe you can walk them through like what you do for YGG, how you got started with YGG.
I discovered YGG first when I started playing Axie because YGG is the biggest guild. So I heard like, if I want to be affiliated with something, I want it to be a helper in the community and, something big that would make my visions come true. So I got in touch with Archer, and Archer was talking with YGG, and I think that's why we met on the Christmas party.
Yeah.
I was very excited to meet Gabby and
And it was, I think we remember, all of us observed that it might have been the first time we'd ever seen you without a wig. Like you were dressed like A normal
A
person.
normal
Yeah, I was like, oh,
person,
okay,
yeah.
wow. All right, that's interesting.
My role in YGG is actually in talent acquisition, talent lead. That's the main goal. But right now we're building something big for the viewers or for the people who are crypto enthusiasts, and we are building Metaversity.
Okay.
Guys.
So this is a course that that you're working on. Your goal here is to be able to teach learners about the career of content creation, being a brand ambassador like you. I think what we're kind of going to look for here is maybe a quick teaser of kind of some of the stuff that you teach. You actually differentiate between two main types of content creators, right? So this is the educator content creator, and then the entertainer content creator.
So the entertainers are most likely people who lifts up the spirit of the viewers, make them happy, or just give a bit of information, but it's more of like a mood thing. While educators give so much information to the viewers, giving them hows, do's, don'ts.
Where do you find yourself in that range?
I feel like I want to be in the middle.
Sure.
Sometimes
yeah.
I do like I want to create like funny content. Sometimes I want to tell them this is the right thing to do.
You also distinguish between single game creators and then variety game creators. Like how does that work?
This is a community-based perspective. So if you are a single-focused game streamer or content creator, meaning you're building your community around those games. Because some games are really popular and you want to build the community within the popular game. So you create content within that game. While if you are a variety game streamer, you try to play different games while your community remains, even if you play other games.
So would it be fair to say that if you're a variety game streamer, your community doesn't care so much about what the game is, they really kind of follow you more?
Yes.
Okay.
Technically
that's interesting.
It's kind of the branding that you're building.
When you first started realizing that you could make money or, kind of have an income from content creation, how did that begin for you? What were your first few steps like?
I think in cosplaying, that was content creation immediately for me. And I knew that maybe in the future, something would be given to me in the future, but I don't know when, what, and how. So I just kept on doing it. I auditioned in a TV hosting opportunity in Animax. I think that opened a door for me to see what content creation really is. I just kept on doing it, and then when I realized, some brands are actually getting me do content with their products, and I get money in return. That's quite cool. Cool.
How many years had you been doing it before then?
Oh, I think that was like around 3 years before.
Okay, so you'd already been kind of working in the industry for about 3 years before you had your big breakthrough. And then from that point on, I guess it was kind of like you just kept building and building from that.
I kept building out of nothing. I did cosplaying. I streamed. I tried hosting too. I tried to know more about what the gaming community is before I could have built my community right now.
I guess the point that I was trying to go for here was that a lot of successes take a while to kind of get there.
Yes.
No? But then when you actually hit that moment where things are starting to really improve for your career, it feels like it happened so quickly.
Yeah.
The term for this is it's an overnight success, but it was 4 years in the making or something
Yeah.
like that. Is there any specific tips that you have for aspiring content creators who aren't there yet? Maybe they're still in their first 3 years.
The biggest advice is you shouldn't really stop if you think there's more to what you can do. Sometimes people get disheartened. Hey, my post didn't get so much like, my post didn't get viral. With the current algorithm and the current things in social media, you should just study what the people like, work around from it, and put your branding, put yourself, and put your creativity in a video. And then just be consistent with that, and you'll see it will be fruitful.
Why don't you invite our listeners and viewers to your Metaversity course? I think that would be great for them to hear from you.
Hey everyone, I'm inviting you guys to check out my Metaversity course. That's content creation with Een Mercado. And of course, we will learn more about what content creation is, your personal branding, and what are the do's and don'ts when you do content. So yeah, I'll see you guys there.
Thank you to our YGG All-Star Een Mercado for her contribution to the overall vision of YGG and crypto adoption in general. If you're interested in learning from the best of the best, watch out for their classes in YGG's Web3 Metaversity. Thank you and see you in the next episode of YGG TV.